Look at me, weird, isn't it? Floating on a cloud. Not buying it, are you? Right, the Champions League draw has been made for the quarterfinals. Let's go through all 4 games. I'm going to give you my views on it, my predictions on it, and who I think are going to be the 4 semi-finalists in the 2018 Champions League. Let's not mess about. The first games that came out of the hat, Barcelona starting off at home against Roma. Let's start off with Barcelona. They are not the side that they used to be. Lionel Messi is the main man. I know that's the most obvious thing that anyone could ever say, but I think against Chelsea, you saw it. Utterly clinical. Rio Ferdinand said it himself, and he was right. He sees a picture so early. You saw that for the second goal. Just knocked it past the defender, and again, waited for that moment to release the ball and created a great assist. He will have to drag this team to the Champions League, in my opinion. Without Neymar, without Suarez playing at the level that he should be or has been in the past, it's not the same team. All that said, they are playing a Roma side who most English football fans will think, well, they destroyed Chelsea in the group stage. They're a cracking side. But against Atletico Madrid, they didn't do anything really in those 2 games, but they did top their group, to be fair, and I think they've got clinical strikers in terms of Edin Dzeko. I think he's one of the most underrated strikers in Europe. He is able to take a chance. He's a big guy. He can score from set pieces, which is what Roma are good at as well. They were able to kind of grit their teeth and get through that game against Shakhtar Donetsk. But I think they're probably going to come unstuck against Barcelona. Like most people, I don't think Barcelona are going to win it this year. I think there are better teams in the competition. I really do. But I think they'll be far too strong for Roma. The second game to come out of the hat was Sevilla versus Bayern Munich. Now, in these quarterfinals, generally there is a shock. And this is the game where I think that there might be a shock this year. The reason I say that is because of this Bayern Munich squad. It's an ageing squad. That front three, Robben, Ribéry, Lewandowski, look, he's on fire. I get that. And they are a good side. They've got great players. But you never know when a team is at the end of its cycle until it's too late. And in Sevilla, you've got a team that probably wasn't given the credit it deserved for that win against Manchester United. Yes, they had a negative approach, but Sevilla have got a great side with Nzonzi and Beniga in midfield. Ben Yedder is the second top goal scorer in the Champions League, and he's not even starting for them in the Champions League. So that's a bit of depth that they've got off the bench. And I just think they're going to be able to control this game a lot better than Bayern Munich did against Besiktas. The good thing for Bayern Munich, 20 points clear in the league. They should be able to totally focus on this game. But I think there's always a shock in the quarterfinals. This year it's going to be Sevilla. I think they're going to make it very, very tight, and I think they could do it. It's going to be super tight. But I think Sevilla might be the shock of the quarterfinals for me. Sevilla to go through against Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich to see that with Henkes, although he has turned it round, they're looking great this season. It might be the end of the cycle for this team. I think we're seeing that with a few of the teams. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Juventus maybe as well, although they have been able to evolve it a little bit. But I think this could be a bit of a shock here. Sevilla to go through against Bayern Munich. The third game that came out was Juventus against Real Madrid. Now this is so close to being the tie of the quarterfinals for me, because you've got the final from last year, you've got Allegri versus Zidane, you've got the story of Buffon and Chiellini, but Buffon in particular, I think everyone in world football wants to see them go through. And I think this isn't the worst tie for Juventus. Allegri is a cracking manager, and he will have learnt from that final. Zidane did a job on him. He showed what a quality manager he is, and he's had a wobble this season. It hasn't all been rosy for him. But those two coming together, that tactical battle, Zidane against PSG, you've got to give him the credit. He worked down that left-hand side, attacking the right-hand side of PSG, and it worked for them, and they battled through. You've got two wily old teams here. My heart says Juventus. I want them to go through. My head says Real Madrid. Ronaldo, this is his competition. 12 goals in this competition already, miles away in terms of the top goal scorer in the competition, and it's games like this where he steps up, and I've got a funny feeling he's going to break the hearts of Juventus, so I'm going for Real Madrid in this one. And the final game, the game of the whole quarterfinals, Liverpool versus Man City. This is going to be a classic. As a neutral in all of this, I'm so excited to watch these 2 games of football. The fact that we get 2 as well is just brilliant. you know about the stars. You know, if you watch the Ball Street video with Paul, you know that this is two teams that are just going to crash into each other, and we're going to see what happens. What are the remnants of it? One key point in this: David Silva. Liverpool beat Man City, and Man City didn't have David Silva in the team. He's having the season of his life, and at his age now, you wouldn't have thought that it would have been like that. But he has great fitness. He is ruthless in terms of his assists and his passing, and he's scoring goals this year as well. So that is David Silva, and Man City being at home in the second leg. That is why I think Man City are going to make it through. And not only make it through, they are my pick to win the whole thing. Some people saying that Man City are getting a bit overrated here. Not for me. I haven't seen slick football like this ever in the Premier League. And I don't think Real Madrid are as strong as they've been, Bayern Munich are as strong as they've been, and Barcelona have been as strong as they've been. That leaves Man City with an awesome opportunity to win it. Liverpool, look, you can't discount them. They've got incredible quality going forward. I think the optimist, in terms of Liverpool fans, will concentrate on that. And you need to look over your shoulder and see Karius and Dejan Lovren. That's a problem for you, a huge problem for you. And the way that you attack is going to allow teams on the break to do something as well. So you never know. It's going to be a classic, no doubt about that. But I expect Man City to make it through. So those are my predictions for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, James Lawrence Alcott, then do me a favour. I would really, really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to get to 10,000 before the World Cup. It's a bit of a big ask. So I need every single person who enjoys the videos to hit that subscribe button. So do that for me right now. And importantly, let me know what you think in the comments below. I look at all the comments and I love to chat with you guys. So get involved, and I'll see you very soon.